Sellers resistant to shifting their marketing strategy will be quickly left behind and may find themselves missing out on some of the best market conditions ever experienced in Metro Denver.
Look, the numbers tell a story. They always do. But sometimes you just want to know what they could mean for you as you consider buying or selling a property. An interpretation of sorts.
Many of the numbers across the board are down compared to last year, with a few exceptions. So is that a good thing or bad thing? The answer always lies in what you're trying to accomplish. Are you looking to buy or sell, invest, possibly refinance?
For instance, the amount of closings in July was down by a whopping 17% compared to July of 2020. But keep in mind that a record was set last year for the most closings in any July on record, largely due to the market's thirst after emerging from lockdowns last year.
Relative to June, the number of closings were down as well, but for different reasons. In this case, closings were down because this is exactly what happens when the entire world goes on vacation, as they did this summer. No one had truly been vacationing for over a year. As a result, showings, closings, and real estate related activities in general were way down, especially when compared to earlier this spring. In fact, the market has really returned to more predictable trends similar to what we've seen over the past decade.
Historically, we see home values and market activity climb at the beginning of the year, peak in late spring, early summer, and then actually recede over the summer months from the springtime high water mark. Prices have never been higher than they are in 2021, but they are down from June as predicted, and I suspect that they may actually continue to recede over the next couple of months.
Many of us have all been waiting to see if some signs of normalcy would return to the greater Denver metro market, and it seems to be showing signs of trends from years past. Think of the market trending upward this year like a rocket ship. Records were smashed month after month through June, but as mentioned, the market appears to have turned in July. This is no surprise, it was predictable. It followed historical, seasonal trends as it has in years past.
You'll find that the news media is always slow to report these trends, or will do so with an agenda. Online is no better. Headlines about real estate are often designed as clickbait, and ultimately, as has been said before, headlines do more to terrify than they do to clarify.
So here's what you should know. Average home values skyrocketed throughout the first part of the year to an impressive and record-setting 16% higher than last year. That equates to a $500,000 home in July of 2020, now being worth about $565,000. More specifically, the average close price went from $597,000 to over $697,000. My goodness.
As home values shift to follow a more gradual or even downward trend, keep in mind that sellers may still be inclined to price their homes thinking that the rocket ship trajectory is still in effect. However, by doing so, they may end up missing the target as conditions soften for sellers and their homes end up overpriced. Here's where the opportunity exists for home buyers, however.
Take a softening market, a temporary slowdown in showing interest, coupled with interest rates that are still favorably low, and buyers likely have their best opportunity to buy a house now more than any other time this year so far. Buyers are more likely to now have more negotiating power in the late summer and into fall.
For homeowners looking to sell this year, the market was likely to favor those who were ready to take advantage of early buyer activity by listing in March through May. Sellers late to the market in the end of the summer months are more likely to spend longer time on the market, make price reductions, and sell at lower prices than spring sellers. It literally happens every year.
Sellers resistant to shifting their marketing strategy will be quickly left behind and may find themselves missing out on some of the best market conditions ever experienced in Metro Denver.
Historically, inventory begins to rise starting in June and continues through August, while buyer demand begins to taper in June through the end of the year. This causes prices to fall back for a period of time as seasonal adjustment to the relationship between supply and demand.
It's important to note that all three of these events have occurred, but in a more exaggerated way due to the still lingering lack of inventory and buyer demand. With interest rates taking a dip at the end of July 2021, buyers have both more choices available and a slight bump in affordability, again making it a good time for those buyers who have burned out in the spring months to come back and take a second look.
Buyers may enjoy less competition as school starts and as Labor Day approaches. Simply put, if you're a buyer, this may be an amazing time for you to buy real estate.
We're at an opportune time in the history of real estate. Don't miss your moment to sell while we have record high prices and favorably low interest rates for home buyers and investors. this could be the best time to take action on your plans.
Everyone's situation is unique, so please give us a call to see how this current real estate market impacts you. We'd love to hear from you.